Hello everyone, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Adam.
And welcome to the Utopia of Nerd News. We've got a movie review for you guys. It's our first one. It's on the movie 42. Now, the movie 42 is about Jackie Robinson and his struggles through life to become a Major League Baseball athlete. And legend, yes. And overcoming the diversity to achieve his goal.
That is true.
Yeah.
So, what were your favorite acting performances in this movie?
One of my favorite acting performances, Chad Bosman.
Main character, Jackie.
Yes. He does a very good job in the scene with the baseball tunnel. I know we've talked about it and we both agree that we loved that scene. It was just very emotional, very heart-wrenching. I was almost in tears in the theater when I was watching, when we went. It just grabs you.
And let me also say that Harrison Ford in that scene was amazing as well. And throughout the whole movie, I wouldn't be too surprised to see maybe an Oscar nomination. Maybe not a win, but a nomination for Best Supporting Actor.
Definitely.
He did really good in this movie. And in this scene, the directing for it was really good too. In that same scene, just to give you perspective, they did it like in a dark hallway with the only light coming from the field, and Jackie's just torn up, and they only show you like a quick silhouette of Harrison Ford's character, and you know exactly who it is because he's always wearing the same kind of clothes and the same hat and things like that. And he gives him a brilliantly written speech, and they keep the camera angle back in the hallway, so all the light just comes in from that. It's really a good scene.
It is. It really is. And Harrison Ford does an amazing job as well. You know, you look at an actor and you're like, oh, that's Harrison Ford, you know, but when that actor, you know, starts to become that character, obviously that's what they strive for. But when you look and when you watch a movie and you forget about the actor, you get into that role. He did a very good job at that.
Right, and a thing with the writing on this, I think that the story kept a good pace. They had a lot of things,
They did.
But they never like stalled or lagged during the storytelling. They kind of kept the pace going, and at a pretty good pace. I particularly liked how all that was done.
I do too. And the directing was great, like we were talking about with the tunnel scene, with the shots of, you know, behind them and the silhouette and the light of the stadium. There are other shots that were amazing as well, especially in the end scene when, you know, he hits it and he's doing his home run, and they get a shot of him. They get a shot of his uniform number, you know, 42, and it's just an amazing scene. They could have done it from other ways, you know, in the front, or they could have followed the ball flying in the air, but just the camera following him, I think, was an amazing shot.
Well,
amazing
the way
directing.
it followed him was what made it amazing, because they didn't show, like, the home run, really. They didn't show a lot of the stuff. What they showed was him running around the bases with the number 42. And they just showed the number 42 as he ran around, which that was particularly good.
Yes.
Another thing I kind of liked as I'm a baseball fan, when there was a balk, they kind of explained it a little bit, because I'm sitting there thinking, like, you know, a lot of people probably don't know what they're talking about, so at least they gave some kind of definition to it, which was good for the non-baseball fans. For shame.
For shame, I'm sorry. If I'm at a live baseball, you know, game, it's different. But watching it on TV,
you need to watch more Royals games.
But yeah, definitely some great directing and great writing in that, and obviously the same guy who directed it, and he also wrote it as well. So
right, Brian Helgeland.
Yeah.
One of the things that I thought was really cool was when we were watching it, when he would hit the ball. There were literally people in the theaters that were cheering and clapping their hands in the movie theater. If that doesn't tell you that there's good writing. Another thing, though, not necessarily with the good aspect, I mean, it was a good part of the show, But they did a really good job on the people that they wanted you to hate.
Yes.
They did a really good job at making you hate them. Really good job, which I will applaud because not as many people focus on the bad people as much as they probably should during movies.
Right. Yeah, they did a really good job at making you love the people they wanted you to love and making you hate the people you wanted to hate, and I just wanted to punch them in the face.
As far as recommendations go, what kind of people would you recommend this to?
I would recommend this to baseball fans, obviously. You know, if you're a baseball fan, this movie is definitely for you because this is a huge highlight in baseball, you know.
Sports, even American history. I mean, Jackie Robinson transcended sports, not even just baseball, but
Right.
sports. He's one of America's biggest icons and biggest heroes. I would say he's maybe the most the brightest example of an African American doing great in the history of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a pretty solid thing to say, and they do it very well in this movie. They really show the kind of person that he was, at least to my knowledge. I didn't know him personally,
Right.
but they did a really good job. They even kind of threw in some of his quirks, you know, where he had this affinity to want to steal bases all the time and stuff, and they did a pretty good job.
They did.
I would definitely recommend this to people who like inspirational movies. I will say personally, I'm not a fan of most sports movies because I think they suck.
But
I think most of them suck, but I think this one, and baseball's got some others they could do because baseball has such a rich story. This one's really good.
it is really good.
You know, it's not overrated like The Blind Side. So I would recommend this to people who like really good movies. I would recommend this to baseball fans. I would recommend this to people who like inspirational movies. Overcoming diversity, real life stories, things like that. Highly recommend you go see it.
I wouldn't necessarily recommend it for small children. There is some language in there that would probably not be appropriate. But
I'm going to disagree with you.
Really?
I think that this is a very good movie to take your kids to because of the stuff that happened was real life stuff.
Well, true.
And it's, even though there's some kind of bad stuff in it, you can't shield the youngsters. I mean, this is obviously your decision, but you can't shield them from harsh realities. It's good to show them what they are and show them how they can be overcome, which is kind of the point of this movie.
True.
So I will disagree with her on this one.
So, it's really your choice to take your youngsters
It's your
to the
call.
movie. Like you said, it is a very inspirational movie. There is, I guess I should just say, there is some explicit language in there that you might not want your kiddos to hear, but it is a really good movie of showing, you know, this is real life. This is kind of what happens, you know, has happened.
And it gives you perspective on where we've come as a society.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's still obviously some racism out there, but
Right.
it's so much better than it used to be.
Yeah.
Through every generation, it seems to be getting better and better. So, if you liked our video, please like it.
And comment.
Subscribe up in that corner. And leave a comment if you have anything to say.
Yep. And
See you next time. Bye.